a hotshot lawyer in a $5,000 suit, mocking an old lady in court, thinking she's an easy win. But what he didn't know, she was about to drop a legal bomb that would leave him speechless. In a small town in Ohio, there's this lawyer named Brad. He's not just any lawyer. He's the kind who wears expensive suits, drives a flashy car, and thinks he's untouchable. Brad's reputation? Winning cases by intimidating people, especially those who can't fight back. He's ruthless, and he knows it. One day, Brad walks into court, confident as ever. His opponent? Ms. Evelyn, a 72-year-old woman who's fighting to keep her family's land. The land has been in her family for generations, but a big corporation wants it for a new development project. They've hired Brad to make sure they get it, no matter what. From the moment the case starts, Brad's strategy is clear. Bully Ms. Evelyn into giving up. He throws complex legal terms at her, talks over her when she tries to speak, and even laughs when she stumbles over her words. At one point, he looks at the judge and says, "Your Honor, this is ridiculous." She doesn't even have a lawyer. The judge seems annoyed, but doesn't stop him. Everyone in the courtroom can see what's happening. Ms. Evelyn is clearly outmatched. She's just an old lady, standing there in her simple dress, trying to hold her ground against a man who's used to crushing people like her. The corporation's team is smirking, already celebrating their win. Brad's confidence is through the roof. He thinks this case is as good as over. But what Brad doesn't realize is that Evelyn isn't just some helpless old woman. She's been preparing for this moment. She's spent weeks researching, digging through old records, and gathering everything she needs to fight back. And while Brad's busy mocking her, she's about to show him, and everyone else, that underestimating her is the biggest mistake hell ever make. Ms. Evelyn's family has owned this piece of land for over a century. It's not just property to her. It's her history, her roots, and the legacy of her ancestors. The land holds memories of her grandparents farming it, her parents building a home there, and her own childhood running through the fields. But now, a powerful corporation wants to take it all away to build a shopping complex. They've offered her money, but to Ms. Evelyn, it's not about the money. It's about standing up for what's right. Brad, the lawyer representing the corporation, doesn't care about any of that. To him, it's just another case to win. He's used to dealing with people who give up when things get tough, and he assumes Ms. Evelyn will be no different. During the court hearing, he's relentless. He interrupts her every time she tries to speak, dismisses her claims as emotional nonsense, and even rolls his eyes when she mentions her family's history with the land. The judge, though clearly uncomfortable with Brad's behavior, lets it slide. After all, Brad's a well-known lawyer with a track record of winning. Ms. Evelyn, on the other hand, is just an elderly woman representing herself. The odds are stacked against her, and it shows. The courtroom is tense. The corporation's team is smug, already planning their next steps. Brad's confidence is unshaken. He's convinced he's got this in the bag. But what Brad doesn't know is that Miss Evelyn has been quietly preparing for this moment. She spent countless hours at the local library, digging through old records, deeds, and legal documents. She's even reached out to historians and legal experts to help her understand the complexities of her case. While Brad's been busy underestimating her, she's been building a defense that could change everything. As the hearing continues, Ms. Evelyn remains calm. She doesn't let Brad's taunts get to her. Instead, she listens carefully, waiting for the right moment to present her evidence. The tension in the room builds. Everyone can feel that something's about to happen, but no one knows what. Brad, still arrogant, doesn't even notice the shift. He's too busy thinking about his next victory. Little does he know, Ms. Evelyn is about to turn the tables in a way no one sees coming. The courtroom is silent as Ms. Evelyn stands up to speak. Brad, the arrogant lawyer, leans back in his chair, smirking like he's already won. He expects her to fumble, to give up, or to say something he can easily dismiss. But Ms. Evelyn? She's calm, collected, and ready to drop a bombshell. She reaches into her bag and pulls out a stack of old, yellowed documents. The judge raises an eyebrow, curious. Brad's smirk falters for a second, but he quickly recovers, assuming it's nothing important. Ms. Evelyn begins to explain. Your Honor, she says, her voice steady. These documents prove that my great-grandfather made a legal agreement with the state over 100 years ago. This land was granted to my family in perpetuity, meaning it cannot be sold or taken away by anyone, not even the government. The room erupts in murmurs. Brad's face goes pale. He stumbles to his feet, trying to interrupt, but the judge holds up a hand to silence him. Let her finish, the judge says firmly. Ms. Evelyn continues, detailing how her great-grandfather had negotiated the agreement after providing a vital service to the community. She even produces a notarized letter from a historian confirming the authenticity of the documents. The evidence is undeniable. Brad, now visibly sweating, tries to argue. Your Honor, this is irrelevant. These documents are outdated. But the judge cuts him off. Counselor, these documents are not only relevant, they're binding. This case is over. The gavel slams down. Case dismissed. Brad stands there, stunned, as Ms. Evelyn gathers her things. The corporation's team is in shock, whispering furiously to each other. The judge gives Ms. Evelyn a respectful nod, and the people in the courtroom start clapping. As Ms. Evelyn walks out, she stops near Brad. She looks him in the eye and says, next time, maybe think twice before underestimating someone. Then she smiles and walks away, leaving Brad to pick up the pieces of his shattered confidence. In just a few minutes, Ms. Evelyn turned the entire case around, not with intimidation or fancy legal tactics, but with patience, preparation, and the truth. And Brad? He learned the hard way that arrogance can cost you everything. If you love stories where the underdog wins, hit that subscribe button.